Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today I have 5 teams for you: high, mid, low. I have skull teams, I have spell teams. No need to go anywhere else. Let's go. Alright, here is the first team. A Matter of Faith is the name of the world event. We had Divine Dragons, I think was the restriction. So, pretty cool restriction. Lots of stuff to choose from. I went with the Phoenix for my main team. This is the one I think you should use. We got Divine Protector, we got Phoenix, we got Divine Ishbala, and we got Veneratus. Veneratus. That's a killer combo. The Divine Protector with the Veneratus is a killer combo, man. That new troop from the Glory Shop, go grab it. Changes red into yellow dragon gems, which just makes a ton of mana for yellow troops. It's awesome. It's empowered. Make sure you fully trade it. And it goes really well with the Divine Protector, even though they use the same colors. Venerata starts with full mana, so if you see the conversion, if you see the red to yellow, make sure you cast it. Even if you don't have an extra turn, it'll still make so much mana with the Explode downward that you could still cast it. But if you don't have it up, or if you don't have the conversion, you could cast the Divine Protector, which will put a bunch of yellow and red on the board, and then you can cast it, which will make a ton of yellow and get up your 2 troops, your 2 damage dealers. Which, the main one here is Phoenix, because it does true damage to all enemies, which is definitely what you want to do during a Spell and Skull Metal. I recommend, AoE damage still. Skull is just... With skull damage, you kind of have to look at the board too much. It takes a little bit too long. It is more fun, and sometimes it does go a little deeper, but it just takes a little bit too long in the beginning. So you want to start with something like this, and then maybe move into like a skull team. But the Veneratus, the Divine Protector combo just makes all the yellow mana you could ever need for that Phoenix. And if you need to cast it twice, like the 2 combined, definitely can get it up twice. Alright, here is the mid-level team for the spell damage. If you want to see the skull teams, they're at the end, so just hang in there. It's only a 10-minute video. We did the Divine Protector Veneratus combo again. I just think it's so awesome that hopefully you have the Divine Protector. Divine Protector, High Priestess Chaska, Divine Ishbala, and Veneratus. So the same thing, all I did here was make it for mid-level players. I took off the Phoenix, which is a mythic, and I put on a legendary, which is the High Priestess Chaska. She also hits all enemies, but doesn't hit for true damage, so the Phoenix is better, but like I said, this is the mid-level team. No mythics on this team, and she's a suitable replacement, uses pretty much the same colors. The team's kind of weird because the first troop and the last troop use the same mana, and the middle 2 troops use the same mana. But just the way it's going, it doesn't even matter. You make so much yellow, it gets up the whole team. And if you need to, once again, get up the Divine Protector, cast it, and then cast the Veneratus if you don't have any Veneratus at the beginning of the battle. But if you have any kind of Veneratus at the beginning of the battle, just go ahead and cast it, especially if there's alignment. And then you will get up your High Priestess Chaska, you'll cast it, you'll win. I think that's what you should do for the beginning battles, because you can clear it out faster. If you're doing skulls, it's going to take longer. So switch into skulls later. Use one of these first 2 teams until they stop one-shotting, and then once they stop one-shotting, you could even still continue with them. But if you want to, you could then switch into skull, which I do have 2 teams, a high level and a mid-level, with skulls at the end of this video. Here's the low-level team. Now, I did take into account that you may not have the weapon, so if you do happen to have the Divine Protector, make sure you use it here instead of the Egg-Splosion. The Egg-Splosion is in the Soulforge, so it's available right now. Not super recommended of a weapon to use your diamonds on, but I wanted to put something there that's super accessible that any low-level player could get. If you don't have it, just use like Essence of Evil, Mountain Crusher, Reflection of Good. Any of those would be a fine replacement. Or any weapon that does like explosions based on Divine or explosions based on Dragons. Anything like that would be fine as well. There's a lot of those weapons these days. The egg explosion is only there because this is the low level team. I wanted to have a weapon that you could go get if you don't have it. But the Divine Protector is supposed to be the real weapon for this team because that combo, the Veneratus Divine Protection combo, is just so sweet that you're going to want to do that if you have the Divine Protector. So for this low level team, go look and see, do you have Divine Protector? If you do, swap out that egg explosion. If you don't have anything, if you're like really low on weapons, you don't have very many weapons, you could go to the soulforge, get the egg explosion, or just use like a Essence of Evil, Mountain Crush, or Reflection of Good. The Ping Long does damage to all enemies. It boosts off enchanted allies. We're going to have enchant off the first potion, so make sure you buy at least the first and second potion in the shop, so you have that for your entire team. You should do that almost in every event, except for ones that you're trying to do for free, like the class event or something, or maybe a faction event. But world events, you almost always want to buy at least the first couple potions. So Ping Long hitting all enemies, Veneratus making all that yellow, and Egg Explosion just in case you don't have. It blows up 4 gems, you choose a color. It's pretty simple. Alright, now we're getting into the Skull Spam teams. This is the Uber Skull Waterfall. Divine Protector, again, sorry, it just is so good. It makes a bunch of yellow and red based off Divine allies. Our entire team is Divine, using Priest class. We got Divine Ishbala starting our entire team with 40% mana, and is part of the team, turning green into yellow and red into skull. We got Keelan, Divine Ishbala Keelan. If you're going to do skulls, you should probably do Divine Ishbala Keelan. It's peanut butter and jelly. You know, Keelan turns purple to red and brown to skull. So turning that purple to red puts a bunch of red on the board for Divine Ishbala, who can then turn the red to skull. It's just peanut butter and jelly. If you're going to use Divine Ishbala, if you're going to use skulls at all, you should probably do some sort of Divine Ishbala Keelan team. And then we throw the Yavendra on the end, Arc Proxy Yavendra, to make it the Uber Skull Waterfall. So with all that yellow getting thrown around, all the green getting turned to yellow, the Divine Protector making yellow, once you have like a bunch of yellow on the board, go ahead and cast the Arc Proxy Yavendra, do all those Uber Doom Skulls, and just watch the enemy fall down. It's pretty fun. I don't know, like, deeper in, it should work, it should be fine, as long as you make sure you have conversions and stuff. That's the thing with these skull teams, you got to really scour the board and look at the board. It takes extra time. You got to make sure you have either, like, green to yellow conversion where you still have an extra turn, or red to skull conversion where you still have an extra turn, or the brown to skull with Keelan, or the purple to red with Keelan, or make sure you have a ton of yellow for the Uber Doom Skull yellow convert for Arc Proxy Yavendra. That's the only problem with the skull thing. The skull thing is the funnest thing. It's still viable. It's just it takes longer because you got to look at the board and make sure you have certain conversions. So it takes that little bit of extra time. You're better off with like a Phoenix or a High Priestess Chaska or a Ping Long in the early battles for sure, because you just brainlessly cast things. You don't have to look at the board and make sure you have conversions. Just trying to help you out, you know? Alright, here is the just slightly, you know, lower level team for the Skull team. In case you don't have Arc Proxy Yavendra, who is like a top 10 mythic, so you may not have it. But instead of Arc Proxy Yavendra, we went with the Veneratus Divine Protector combo. It's just so awesome. Like I said, you know, you look for the Veneratus. If you have that red to yellow Dragon Skull, cast it, and it'll get up your Divine Ishbala and your Keelan, and then you start doing the Divine Ishbala Keelan dance. The red to skull, the green to yellow, the brown to skull, the purple to red. Just make sure you have your conversions, make sure you get extra turns. That's how you don't get backfired. That's how you don't get skulled to death. You make sure you have conversions. You make sure it's always an extra turn whenever you cast one of those troops. And if you don't have it, you cast the Divine Protector, you make a bunch of yellow and red, and then you'll have the conversion. Or Veneratus or something. So, Veneratus it, and then Divine Protector it, and then Divine Ishbala Keelan dance. Like, share, subscribe. Consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below. Remember, these are just ideas. It's very early in the morning. You can maybe tweak a couple of these or mix and match. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.